Okay, good morning, everyone. I want to get into the gold mining stock charts. I'm seeing there's some movement this morning. A lot of these stocks are up pretty big, so I want to talk about those and focus really on what I see as one of the best opportunities for long trades. I've talked about these gold mining stocks for a while, as they've been building bullish divergence for quite a while, indicating they're about to reverse trend. It looks like we've started that reversal today. So we're going to get going with gold bullion. Here is gold. And, you can see that we're really, the main thing I see today is impulsive buying coming into the moving averages. We're above the 50-day moving average. We're coming into the 100 and 200-day moving average. So that should act as some sort of resistance right here. Likely give us some sort of level to kind of battle with. A break above that, and I see us going right up to this key level of about 1832. 1832, you can see I have it circled many times. It held as resistance three different times. A break above that, I think we're going to all-time highs, to be honest. There will be some levels along the way, but it does look like we will have started the next uptrend, which is what I think we've done. Now, one of the key things I've been watching is this trend line here coming off of around August 2018 timeframe, and that's really when gold got into a trend, kind of a trending bull market. It started the bull market back in 2015. That's where the bear market ended, and ever since then we've been making a series of higher lows and higher highs. However, back in 2018, we really started to form kind of a pattern, a trend pattern that was kind of walking up this trend line. So I have that marked out here. I have the kind of tags of support circled. And when you get in a bull market, one thing to note in a bull market, when you get a tag of support, especially when you have bullish divergence showing up, that's often the best opportunity you'll get to buy in that bull market. And that's what we recently had. So right down here, what gold sold down back in August, they sold it right down to that trend line. And that was also some key support at 1680. We had some support levels right here where we held before, but that trend line was key. And we also, when we sold down on that Sunday night in gold, we did it on higher momentum. So I have down here on the momentum indicators, you see that right there. See how we're uptrending, and yet price had dipped down and made a equal low, basically. So that's bullish divergence. If you're unfamiliar with these concepts, check out my stock market technical analysis course. I leave a link in the description below. It's a $99 course for about 5 hours of training across all these different concepts. So check that out if you're interested. So there's your bullish divergence showing up, and that also was a tag of trendline support. We recently had then sold off a little bit more, came back down, but the buyer stepped in a little early before it actually hit that trend line. And so far, we're moving higher. So I think we're likely going to continue this uptrend that we've started, meaning that I think we're due for another leg higher in this bull market, taking out the all-time highs of 2,075. That's what it looks like is going on here. Moving on. So we'll look at the mining ETF, GDX. This is really kind of mid and large cap miners. And I've been trying to find any kind of resistance, and I can't find it. As far as I can tell, I think we have a breakout or a buy signal today. So one thing to note, going back, looking at the bigger picture, here's your COVID lows in miners. This was a liquidation event where they were being forced selling. Margin calls were being initiated on other positions and forcing the miners to get sold down. It then rallied from the lows from the COVID lows. The miners rallied about 180%. They went into correction mode. So in a bull market, usually when the trends just start get going and it's obvious that you've just made a new bullish trend, you'll get it. That's about the time when everybody's extremely bullish, and then you get a correction, and that's what we had. Big long correction in the August highs, nice correcting pattern. We started running into major support down here at 3140. You can see that really was your key resistance. Going all the way back to 2013, I've got it circled. There's resistance, There it is again, and then it's been support ever since. So support, 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 and you can see here's that level right here. So let's mark that out, and you can see today's price action, big bullish break back above. So, and that's impulsive. That buying is impulsive. So this looks like this big dip below that looks like a bear trap. Okay, and that's why we're seeing a pretty impulsive move today. We broke on this downtrend line. We then broke out here and created a secondary downtrend where we started to put in this bullish falling wedge. And I have that marked out. So that's really what I'm focusing on right now is this bullish falling wedge pattern. If you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, it's basically, let me kind of circle that out. It's pretty much this pattern right there. See that? And I have it marked out in blue. So that makes a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern. And with that bullish falling wedge, we pretty much had bullish divergence on the RSI and the PPO. Okay? So that's a bullish pattern that we're looking for a break to the upside. And there it is right there as of today. So we'll see how we close the day. That's key, because this is a daily chart. You want to see that, you want to see us close impulsively above this this trend line here marked in blue with a breakout. If we do get that confirming breakout by the end of today, then I think it's very likely we're starting the next leg higher in the minors. But some key levels to watch here. You can see we have there's some gaps right here. So this proved to be some resistance right in here. So we'll watch that level as our next level of resistance, 33.57. We'll call it 33.50. Break above that. We've got this gap fill area, which is marked out at 34.36. You get above that, I think you're heading up to this next gap, 36.76. And yeah, we'll just watch it. And then obviously we had these most recent highs up here. That proved to be some resistance right there. So that would definitely be a level to watch. $40. Okay, so there should be reactions along the way. If as this rallies into these resistance levels, we should get some sort of pullbacks or consolidation periods. It's not going to just go straight up. So things to watch for along the way as it looks like we're starting an uptrend. Here's a minor Kinross Gold KGC. Same pattern as GDX, bearish or bullish falling wedge here. Clear bullish divergence on this one. See the momentum, how we're bullish divergence. We're moving higher in momentum as price was moving lower. Again, momentum leads price typically. So you want to look for momentum indicators that are leading the potential price action, and then look for price to follow. And that's what we're seeing now. So this bullish divergence was indicating we're about to see our trend reversal. Bullish falling wedge here, and kind of broke out the first time but failed. Kind of a failed attempt. Yesterday closing above that line, but not that impulsive. Today gapping up and running higher. So that's impulsive. Gapping above the 50-day moving average, and the buyers have been there pretty much all morning, bidding it up. So that's a breakout. As long as that sticks, that's a buy signal all day long. So looking for highs, more highs. There's a gap up here, so I would target that as probably your first near-term reaction, and we'll get some reactions along the way, but I think we're likely going to go fill that gap at 709. So something to watch for there. BTG, same pattern. You have a bullish falling wedge pattern here. I've got it kind of marked in red right there. Not the cleanest chart, but still a bullish falling wedge. I've got kind of marked tags of resistance there. The key thing here is bullish divergence. So see it right there. See how we're moving up in momentum and yet price continued to fall. So we're looking for a break out of the pattern, and there it is today. Gapping up, breaking out above the 50-day, pretty impulsive candle. We'll see how this closes, but as of now, it looks like a buy signal. And Agnico Eagle AEM has the same pattern. Bullish falling wedge here. Bullish divergence, been building for quite some time, and we have a break above this bullish falling wedge pattern. So there's your breakout. So we'll see how that closes. But that's a buy signal all day long as of right now. Anglo Gold Ashanti. This one's just filling a gap right now, coming in at 1916. So there's probably going to be some resistance there. You know, there was a lot of trapped, trapped longs when it gapped down on. It had a bad earnings report, and so those people are just now getting to break even here. So you're gonna inevitably have some people that want to bail out at break even. So likely going to see some sort of resistance at that level, and then a break above that sets us up for, you know, higher prices. Possible downtrend line up here at 2150. I only have 2 data points, so I can't verify this as an actual trend line. I just have it marked out just in case we get some sort of a third reaction right there. So things to watch for on this one. Clear bullish divergence on the RSI and the PPO right there. So bullish divergence with bullish action across a lot of these miners. And we'll wrap up with the dollar, because the dollar, gold is inversely priced to the dollar. So the thing about the dollar that I see is there's a couple of key things I'm watching. One, negative divergence is intact right here on the PPO and the RSI. So you can see we've got clear negative divergence that's been building for a while on the dollar. It's been rising, making higher prices, but we're starting to put in kind of a bearish rising wedge. No real breakdowns or sell signals yet today, but there's kind of your bearish rising wedge pattern. So watch for starting to break on the hourly there. So if you want to jump it is definitely a sell signal on the 60-minute chart. We'll see if this gets more impulsive or what this does throughout the day. But on the daily, we're not impulsive enough. We haven't sold off enough to say that's an actual sell signal. So look for more selling to confirm that on the daily. If we don't get it today, then perhaps we need to wait a few more days. I think it is likely going to reverse and break down because of these bearish divergences, but no sell signal quite yet. All right, so that's what I have on these gold miners. Obviously, there's a lot of gold miners. So if you're interested in having me cover a specific gold mining chart, leave a comment below, and I'll look at that, and I'll try to get to that in the next video. Thanks. Bye.